I got a question about this dude. That's a nice-looking guy, Clark Stanley. I hear they called him the Rattlesnake King. Do you know if his snake oil was something that was tasty and you cooked with, or if it was something that you rubbed on yourself to make yourself feel good?
Clark Stanley's snake oil is not something you cook with. It was a liniment, which means you rub it on yourself. And as far as Clark Stanley was concerned, it healed everything. The problem was it didn't contain any snake oil. And the outrage over that is what led to the creation of the Pure Food and Drug Act of 1906, and why that term, snake oil salesman, refers to somebody that can't be trusted. Plus, I mean the name. A snake.
A snake is like a baby dragon.
But somebody's got to stick up for the snake oil because it works. There was Chinese railroad workers back in the middle of the 19th century that used Chinese sea snake oil to treat their arthritis and bursitis. Richard Koonin, a psychiatrist with a background in neurophysiology research, wrote a letter to the Western Journal of Medicine in 1989, making the connection between sea snakes and omega-3 fatty acids. And omega-3 fatty acids are good for us. They help reduce inflammation, amongst other things. So Chinese sea snake oil actually works. The problem is that Clark Stanley's snake oil didn't have any Chinese sea snake oil. It didn't even have any rattlesnake oil in it, which is what he claimed that it had in it.
Clark Stanley, he understood showmanship, and a rattler sounds way more dangerous. So if you eviscerate it and plunge it into boiling water in front of a live audience at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893, like Clark Stanley did, woo-wee, you're going to make people think that's some potent stuff.
It was all about the spectacle and the story that Clark Stanley told to connect emotionally with the audience. But there was no snake oil in Clark Stanley's snake oil.
Clark Stanley's snake oil liniment was found to contain mineral oil, camphor, cayenne pepper, the fat of animals, and turpentine.
So what happened to Clark Stanley?
Well, they fined him $20, which back then even wasn't a lot of money. Sounds like a slap on the hand. It'd be like $400 or $500, and he had to have been making oodles of money. So what are the fines like these days, Stu, for false advertising? Are they a whole lot more, or is it still kind of like a little bit of a oops-a-daisy, don't you do that again? I'm watching.
What I was able to find at truthandadvertising.org from June 10th, 2021 in an article called The Cost of Doing Business is this table here that gives you some idea of the amounts that companies are willing to pay to settle false or deceptive advertising allegations. Anywhere from $145,000 to a couple $1 million to $191 million. The question is, as a percent of revenue or as a dollar amount, is that a high enough price for advertisers to pay to encourage them to change their behaviors?
The lesson here for all aspiring ad wizards is to never throw out the dragon oil with the dragon oil salesman. Never throw out the snake oil with the snake oil salesman. And a snake is like a baby dragon.